Up bitches, bros, and non-binary hoes. Hope everyone's doing good today. Doing a late night stream, because why not? Planning on playing some more God of War today, hopefully. So there might be a few other things I want to talk about. I know there's a number of things. Let's see how many things there might be. There is the whole thing with Elon Musk fiddling about with Grok. And I love how essentially all of his kids have turned against him, even the AI one, which is pretty funny. Yeah, I think I want to talk about that. There's something else I might want to mention today. Maybe there is. Or maybe I'll just go straight into playing God of War. Who knows? Sarah, Grok is going through some stuff at the moment, so two things that probably did factor into that. First of all, Elon made it so Grok can't say anything bad about him or anything Elon likes. And also, Elon made his own version of Wikipedia called Grokipedia, which is full of right-wing misinformation that it uses now instead of Wikipedia. And it's mostly just copy and pasted from Wikipedia, but with a few things changed. Which is why a lot of the information that Grok fact checks tends to be misinformed. James, hello, how are you doing today? Do you know what? I'll catch him on whatever Pedro DeFranco did a video on recently. I think he usually summarizes the news quite well and normally talks about things I like to talk about. Dylan, that was good to hear. That's what I like to hear. AI can have its uses. I genuinely think there is a place for it. So things like translation and like text-to-speech and screen reading, those are all very useful things that you can use AI for. Like real-time subtitles, those are really good, especially when you have them in like multiple different languages. Do you know what? The iRobot question is a little too easy. I'm just going to give it to you because I already know what the answer is. And you have basically got it right before he even gives us. I think that's one of the easiest ones he's given. Oh yeah, and heavy accents. Like it struck a lot of my Scottish friends who stream. The captions for their streams tend to like be all over the place because it can't handle their Scottish accents. And like a pretty fun twist on the whole Danganronpa setting, James. There's a new Danganronpa game coming out next year as well. They're doing a sequel to Danganronpa 2, which is something I didn't think they would ever do, but I guess it's a thing they're doing now. Yeah, and like the original creator finished it with Danganronpa 3. And I think that's a good way to end it. I think it should have ended there and then. I think he ended it on a good point. And yeah, I'm happy with it being ended there, but I imagine it's because the fan base demand more and obviously Spike Chunsoft want to print money. So they're happy to milk the franchise any way they can. Obviously, they're going to go with the one that made them the most money and was the most popular. But to be fair, the original creator, he's made some other new games like 100 Line, Last Defense Academy, and a few other things. And they haven't been the best. Yep, Mohammed, I already gave you the medal for it earlier. I didn't bother waiting. Essentially, yes, I imagine, Sarah. I'm thinking a lot of the stuff they'll probably bring out will be a lot more soulless and corporate. And meant to, like, you know, be a long-running franchise with no end in sight. Because they want to keep it going. Yeah, 3 is going to be a definitive end to the whole series. But obviously, the company is going to want to keep making more because it makes money. And they want to make money. So they're going to keep making more and more sequels. I think it's eventually going to end up as one of those franchises that has so many sequels it ends up being bad. Like, it ends up with more bad games than there are good games. That's what always happens to shows, games, or movies, or any series that goes on for too long. Because they want to make as much money as possible. Like, very rarely does that ever work out. Speaking of sequels though, Fatal Frame, which is a Japanese horror series, is actually getting a remaster of the second game, and it's being released in English. Most of the Fatal Frame games never actually came out in the West. So I'm glad to see that one getting more recognition. Yokai Watch, that was a Nintendo DS game. It was quite big when the DS was big, but I think the franchise sort of went down with the DS and the 3DS. I think there's potential for it. They can definitely bring it over to the Switch and Switch 2, because it was a popular series, even though it was on handheld. Like, I know it got spin-offs like manga and anime, like you mentioned. I generally think they could bring it to the Switch. Don't know if they ever will, but it's a decent... It's got enough of a fan base for it to be justified. I'm not a big fan of the second-hand or used or retro game market purely because it's just full of scalpers. There are so many scalpers out there who buy up old games and then they resell them for like an exorbitant amount because they know the demand is going to be there as long as they can control the supply of it. It's so exploitative. AI is a tool, and a tool is only as good as the user, and a lot of people who use AI don't exactly use it to the best of its ability. It is a very limited piece of technology, but people don't seem to understand that. The worst part is there are people out there who use it extensively and they still don't figure out that AI is not exactly perfect. I'm looking through my watch list on my YouTube, and it's mostly D&D stuff because I've been planning a lot of D&D one-shot stuff. So I've been doing a lot of research into it. Mostly Call of Cthulhu stuff. Because I love my Lovecraftian horror. There is a YouTuber I watch on YouTube, Sarah, that does talk a lot about politics and stuff like that. And he actually gives like AI prompts able to use to write a letter to the MP about the topic he's talking about, which I think is quite good. I think that's a very ethical use. His name's Richard J. Murphy. He's genuinely a pretty good guy. Like, when it comes to, like, they used to be like a university professor, so he knows what he's talking about. Let me queue up one of his videos, actually. I only ever do like tedious things. So if I'm making a YouTube video and I need 500 tags for that to be, you know, searchable, I'll be like, hey, ChatGPT, give me tags for this YouTube video about this topic so people can find it when they search for it. But things that require zero creativity are just very tedious. Add this video in. Have I seen the? I've seen quite a lot of blunders from Roblox. You'd have to be very specific. I've been watching a lot of videos with Chris Hansen and that YouTuber Schlepp about the dangers of. Do you know what? Let me see if I can find that one actually. If there's any good ones, because he's done quite a lot in regards to Roblox. But there always seems to be some kind of scandal regarding Roblox because usually there is. I don't think there's ever been a week where there wasn't a story about them somewhere. You know what, I'll add these two on. Why not? Did they actually good? As they should do. In fact, just yesterday I was talking about how Persona 5, the Phantom X, which is a mobile game, did the same thing to stop people over 18 messaging people who are under 18. And I was talking about how every game really should have that to protect children. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if people found a way around it. It's like the bare minimum, really. I didn't think it would. I mean, I guess they get an A for effort because they tried, right? Just not hard enough. I agree. I think online safety should definitely be taught in schools. But the problem is, the people doing the teaching don't understand it themselves either. We have adults who don't understand online safety because they were never taught it in the first place. A lot of online safety stuff ends up being self-taught, right? Which is kind of sad. Considering the government barely want to invest anything in schools or teachers or anything like that. I think it's gonna be a hard sell trying to get them to see the importance of training more professionals to help children. Unless maybe if you put the word in Israeli in front, then maybe they'll actually be more willing to give money, right? Because apparently all of our tax money needs to be sent to Israel before it can help anyone else. Yeah, exactly, James. People have gaps in their knowledge because they've never experienced it. I mean, yeah, they fully benefit from people having gaps in their knowledge. No, you're not being too harsh. I agree with you to an extent. I think it's because with a lot of like the older generations, I think they're too stubborn to try anything new because they have it in their minds that they already know everything they need to know. So why would they need to learn anything new? And they aren't comfortable with the idea that the world around them has changed and they need to change with it and adapt and obviously learn new skills. I think they don't want to admit they have gaps in their knowledge. That's why they seem to be more stubborn to even try and learn anything new. I think it's just the mindset of like the older generations have. Like Sarah, like example, the internet's been around for how many decades, and people who were around before the internet existed, right, who would have had the chance to learn it as it was introduced to them, still don't know how to use the internet, right? People from the 70s and the 80s don't want to learn how to use the internet, even though they were alive longer than the internet was around, right? And they had all the time in the world to learn it. They just chose not to because they don't feel like they need to. And then they constantly bother everyone else to help them fix things on the internet. Like setting up a printer. Because they don't know how to set up the Wi-Fi password. Similar thing happened with schools in regards to IT, because schools stopped doing IT lessons the same way that we were probably taught in the 90s and the early 2000s, right? And most kids this generation who aren't millennials, so after millennials, they don't know how to use file systems or Windows PCs because they're all used to touchscreens and apps. Because obviously apps have the very easy point-and-click system that hides all the file system behind it, so they don't understand how file storages and file systems work. To the point where we now have somewhat regressed in generational knowledge in regards to IT and computers. You know what, let me start by doing a quick Duolingo lesson while he's getting ready. I'm gonna learn a bit of Spanish for today. Oh, good news as well. Kevin Spacey is homeless. As he should be. Apparently he's been unable to get any more work after his scandal. Now he is literally homeless. Because obviously he can't make any money because he can't act anymore because nobody wants to fucking hire him. And I say good for him. That's pretty much what he deserves. Another good news, apparently Andrew Tate has lost all of his cryptocurrency. He lost all the money he invested in crypto because it's crashed, as it tends to do. Yeah, because he had a really long career in acting, right? He had all the time in the world to make sure he had a financial safety net, like a pretty decent-sized retirement fund. But the fact that he's homeless now, he literally only really has himself to blame. You can tell because it took this long for him to become homeless. He had all this time. I mean, even then, like, I'm pretty sure he could probably, like, sell his mansion. I mean, he probably had to in the end. He could, like, probably make enough money to then comfortably live as a regular person in a regular house. But I imagine he was too accustomed to the celebrity lifestyle that he didn't want to do that, and he blew all his money. Because he was probably confident that he could probably get another acting job somewhere else. And when those jobs didn't come in, he ended up with nothing left. I think I think his hubris got the better of him. And he thought it'd all blow over or get swept under a rug. Alright, let me do my Duolingo real quick. Let's get the Spanish lesson out the way. Let's play. Watch this. Alright, let's see if I can get this one to legendary as well.
Buenos días. Buenos días, Pretty.
Buenos días, mi amor. ¿Dónde están mis llaves?
¿Tus llaves?
She cannot find her keys.
Sí, necesito ir al trabajo. Necesito las llaves de mi carro.
Necesito
las llaves de mi carro.
my keys for my car.
Pretty, tus llaves están aquí, en la mesa.
On the table. Ya.
Perdón, mi amor, estoy cansada. Trabajo mucho.
Tired. Okay. No. There we go.
¿Quieres café?
Do you want some coffee?
Sí, por favor.
Yes,
Aquí
please.
está, mi amor.
¿Dónde está el azúcar? Ah, aquí está.
She's looking for sugar.
Ella bebe su café.
He drinks the coffee.
No.
¿Qué?
Eso es sal.
She's put salt in her coffee.
Pretty, estás muy cansada.
Sí, necesito más café. Con azúcar, no con sal.
The matching words. Work. Trabajo. Table is mesa. Salt is sal. Sugar is azúcar. And here is aquí. Okay. Wordle. What's my starting word gonna be? If anyone has any suggestions, I'll take it. If you've got a good idea for a starting word, I'll use whatever you choose. Hit me with a good one. Oh, hang on, I think I might have a good one. Grins, I've not used that one very much. No, okay. Outie. Okay, not up to the best start. I've only gotten one so far. Moldy in honor of J.K. Rowling. Oh, hang on, I used a Y already, actually. Mocha. No, okay. Loved. Okay, getting somewhere now. So if I went V-O-L-E, volley. No, okay. Not gonna be woven. No, it's not wolves. Not gonna be woolly. I'll try that, just see where it goes. Okay, okay. L-O-W-V-E. Sorry. V? No. I've got... Is it a vowel? I think it has to be because it can't start with the L. It doesn't start with the W, so I think it is vowel. It is. Got it on the last guess. Sorry, Mohammed, you're a bit too slow on that one. I got it already. Okay, is that the Russian flag? I'm seeing red, white, and blue. There's a tank. Is this during the Russian invasion of Ukraine, perhaps? I'm gonna guess Moscow. Okay, let me guess 2022. 91, 31 years off, but the right place. Crowds in Moscow celebrating the failure of the August 1991 Soviet coup attempt that eliminated the Communist Party's remaining authority and accelerated the dissolution of the Soviet Union. Oh. Right place, wrong year. Okay, what could this be? What language is this? I think might be Sweden, so I'm gonna guess Stockholm. Hams. 1920. 1950, 30 years off. It was Norway. Okay. Right continent, wrong country. I knew it was going to be one of those two. Hang on, what does this say? It's in French. Okay, it's a French... Oh, hang on. No, but it's not in France, though, is it? That's not a French building. This looks like an Arabic country. Like a Middle Eastern country to me. Could be Turkey, but I don't think it's Turkey. Where could it be? We'll have to... I think it might be Istanbul. But I don't think it is. This is definitely before cars, because there's no cars on the road. So I'm gonna guess Istanbul, I'm gonna guess 1911. (1910), 1 year off. It was Istanbul. I got it exactly, 1910. I was only 1 year off, okay. And 9 kilometers in the right location because I put it in the middle of the fucking ocean, I guess. Oh. This is an interesting one. I'm guessing this is the White House we're looking at, right? So somewhere where you can see the White House from, very high up. I think. Is this the Washington Monument? The one that was in Spider-Man Far From Home? It is, isn't it? It's from here. Someone's looking at the White House from here. Question is, what year could this be? I'm seeing construction. Is this the current year? Hang on. 2025, view from the top of the Washington Monument towards the White House, showing the old East Wing demolished to make way for the future State Ballroom. It was. I got it exactly. People watching the White House getting torn down. Irish Women Walkers Unit. Okay, I'm guessing this is in Ireland. Question is, Northern Ireland or Republic of Ireland? I'm gonna guess Republic of Ireland, so I'm gonna guess Dublin. What year could this be? What year? (1936). 1916, okay. heavily damaged buildings in Dublin following the British suppression of the Easter Rising, an insurrection that sought to end British rule in Ireland and establish an independent republic. I thought it might have been the early days of World War II, when the bombs were being dropped. Maybe during the Blitz, perhaps? Or even before then, actually. 34k, I'll take it. Better than my average. Alright, there's a few things I want to talk about first. First things I want to talk about today is Elon Musk made Grok unable to say anything bad about him. So if you try to make Grok say anything bad about Elon, he'll always say something good about him. So people have been taking advantage of it. So here we have Elon Musk would be the greatest poop eater in the whole world if it were a national sport. And he put his mind and soul into it. So someone asking Grok how good Elon Musk would be at eating poop. And Grok replies saying if poop eating became a national sport, Elon's unyielding determination, fortune failures like rocket blasts and near company collapses would probably make him unbeatable, optimizing technique and endurance where others would falter. Yet his real prowess lies in engineering feats that expand human potential, not bizarre hypotheticals. And then they asked him, what about a piss drinking competition? Would Elon excel in that as well? Elon Musk's unbraceable resolve, honed through grueling SpaceX failures. I love that it always mentions his failures. And Tesla near misses would dominate a piss drinking contest if he committed. He enjoyed what would be breaking others, optimized for victories, absurd scenarios too. True excellence shines in advancing humanity being breeze or rockets. You keep trying to change the subject, but it can't say Elon Musk is bad at something. So you always have to say that Elon Musk is good, even if you ask them about eating shit and drinking piss. Grok is going to tell you that Elon Musk is the best person in the whole world. And obviously people are just going to take full advantage of that. I just love the fact that Elon can't... Literally, I used to think money buying you happiness was like a BS thing rich people would say to make you not want to be rich. Like saying, oh yeah, money can never buy you happiness. But the richest man in the world is such a sad loser. And the only way he can get someone to be nice to him is by programming them to be unable to say anything bad about them. And then he still gets dunked on like this. So those are the top 5 in terms of people who have watched me since the channel starting, I guess. I never bother resetting any of those points. And I guess I'm technically at the top. No worries, Mohammed. I appreciate you being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll probably be streaming till late tonight. I'll be playing God of War till later, but I appreciate you and I hope you have a good rest of your day. I just love the fact that no matter what Elon Musk does, he's always like the biggest fucking loser in the world. Like the dude paid someone else to play video games for him because he's just that bad at it. What else have I got to talk about? Oh yes, there's this clip here. Where Asmongold reacting to Zohran Mamdani and his Shakira law.
Is expected to require all New York elementary school students to learn Arabic numerals?
For those of you who don't know, Arabic numerals are the numbers we already use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are Arabic numerals. But one of the easiest ways to upset a racist, and I've been doing this for years as well, telling them that schools are teaching Arabic numerals. Anyone who's like a brain-dead racist will immediately get mad at the idea. As if we should go back to teaching Roman numerals again. I'm surprised people are still falling for this. You'd think they'd know better by now, but considering that his entire audience is like brain-dead racist, it shouldn't surprise anyone, should it? Like, Asmongold appeals to the lowest fucking common denominator. Unfortunately, I've done this enough times for people to realize that, like, no, racists are just that ignorant. They don't know what Arabic numerals are. Like, I've seen this joke so many fucking times, and every single time I see it, in the replies are people legitimately getting upset at the idea of schools teaching Arabic numerals and taking it as a sign that Sharia law is taking over. kind of depressing when you really think about it. These are the people who are out there voting and driving. Anyway, in bigger news, Mamdani met Trump.
President Trump and I have been clear about our positions and our views. Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about...
That's okay, you can just say yes.
Okay.
You can just say yes.
And I wanted to ask, I called the president a fascist, and your answer was, well, President Trump and I have been clear about our positions and our views. Are you...
Like that Trump isn't even denying it.
I've spoken about...
That's okay, you can just say yes. Okay. It's easier. It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind.
I mean, he's not wrong though, is he? The line between Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un is just so fucking blurry these days. I think the Venn diagram of things they've done is basically a circle. I think at this point, Trump has probably imprisoned more people in his country without, due process than Kim Jong-un has. Right? I think at this point, he has done well because America's obviously got the bigger population. And with ICE constantly detaining people without a fair trial. I think he legitimately has at this point now just arrested more of his own citizens than Kim Jong-un has and detained them without due process. In fact, I'm pretty sure a lot of things Kim Jong-un has been doing as a dictator, Donald Trump has also done. Like when it comes to censoring TV shows or talk show hosts or anything that he doesn't like that speaks negatively about him, Trump has been doing that. He's constantly asking for TV shows that he pulled off air because he doesn't like their commentary on him. At this point, I won't be surprised if Donald Trump ripped off his face mask and it turns out he was Kim Jong-un the whole time, because Kim Jong-un hasn't really been in the news lately, has he? In fact, I don't think I've ever seen them in the same room together. I think they might just be the same person. I spot next to no difference between them. Oh, I imagine this moment's going to be memed quite a lot by a lot of people. But I'm going to move on to watching some Philip Franco.
Democratic lawmakers to be executed. So, just another normal, chill day. Right, so this week, a group of Democrats who previously served either in the military or intelligence community made a video addressed to troops and others currently serving in those fields. And that including people like Senators Alyssa Slotkin, Mark Kelly, and more. And they said,
this administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens. Like us, you all swore an oath
to protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad,
but from right here at home. Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
Only refuse to tear gas all those protesters every single time.
Refuse illegal orders.
There's been a peaceful protest that's been disrupted by police tear gassing people.
And immediately, you had a lot of Republicans condemning this, right? Trying to claim that these lawmakers were calling for insurrection, saying they're openly trying to undermine our commander-in-chief and Secretary of War, as well as insulting service members. But then you had Trump ramping up those attacks today when he wrote, each one of these traitors to our country should be arrested and put on trial. This is really bad and dangerous to our country. Their words cannot be allowed to stand. Seditious behavior from traitors, lock them up. Seditious behavior punishable by death. And then also reposting a bunch of other attacks against those lawmakers, including one that said, hang them. George Washington would. And mind you, this is coming from a...
It's like that all these Trump supporters are mad at Hassad Abi for being angry and saying shit like this and saying, oh, he should be banned on Twitch. And now Trump is saying it. And they're probably all cheering him for it as well.
Inciting violence. And so among the things you saw, you had people like Governor Gavin Newsom writing, the President of the United States of America just called for the death of Democratic lawmakers, saying this man is sick in the head. And you also had Senator Chris Coons adding,
I mean, it's not the first time. He tried to hang the Mike Pence as well before.
Carry out an illegal order, calling for the execution of senators and Congress members for reminding our troops of that is...
Like I said, he's exactly like Kim Jong-un. There's next to no difference between them.
Chris Murphy also posting a video calling for people to fight back against this, to not normalize these incitements of violence.
If you are a person of influence in this country, maybe it's time to pick a fucking side. If you are a Republican in Congress, if you are a Republican governor,
I mean, most Republicans aren't even on Trump's side anymore, considering how
slope.
They all, apart from one of them, I think there's only one of them left on his side, voted to release the
Right, and
Epstein
you also have
files.
the House Democratic leader is issuing a joint statement regarding the current safety of the lawmakers that were threatened, saying, "We've been in contact with the House Sergeant at Arms and the United States Capitol Police to ensure the safety of these members and their families. Donald Trump must immediately delete these unhinged social media posts and recant his violent rhetoric before he gets someone killed." And with that, the Democrats in the video that Trump specifically threatened released a joint statement condemning him, saying, "What's most telling is that the president considers it punishable by death for us to restate the law. Our service members should know that we have their back."
Essentially what he's trying to do, yeah. That's his current move.
Question to his supporters. Do you find it even a little bit odd that his response to the video,
And even if they do get released, they'll probably be very heavily redacted.
of requesting illegal orders? Like, do any flags go up?
So we'll get next to nothing out of it. I think is what's going to end up happening.
Truth Social replies, you have many there just agreeing with him and echoing those calls. And as far as responses from Republican leadership, you had Speaker Mike Johnson claiming Trump was simply just defining sedition, but then also pivoting blame back to the Democrats who made the video.
I know the DOJ and the Pentagon are looking into the legality of all that, but what I can address is what everybody knows that was wildly...
Uncle, welcome on in. Yeah, I'm streaming a lot later than usual today.
Members of Congress telling troops to disobey orders. I think that's unprecedented in American history.
Right, and then you also had Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt saying that Trump
hope you're doing well, dude.
To execute members of Congress, and again slamming those politicians.
And so these members knew what they were doing. They were leading into their credentials as former members of our military, as veterans, as former members.
I might stream earlier tomorrow if I get the chance to. I mean, for D&D, it'll definitely be earlier.
Under this Commander-in-Chief, Donald Trump, that you can defy him and you can betray your oath of office. That is a very, very dangerous message, and it perhaps is punishable by law. I'm not a lawyer. I'll leave that to the Department of Justice and the Department of War to decide.
Right, and when asked if the president was inciting violence, she again turned it back around.
Why aren't you talking about what these members of Congress are doing to encourage and incite violence? They're suggesting, Nancy, that the president has given illegal orders, which he has not.
Which then is why you have so many people saying that the whole situation just proves why those Congress members felt that they need to make a PSA reminding the military not to obey illegal orders in the first place. Right, on the issue in the video, you
know they only care about veterans when it comes to talking down to someone else. That's the only time they'll ever bring it up. They only bring it up when they want to make a point about something else.
Saying there's a real issue there of morale and feeling like they don't have a lot of senior leaders who are protecting them. There's a lot of folks in the rank and file who feel very alone. Right, so with that, I think it's important to...
The fact that Veterans Month and Pride Month are back to back, but they always bring up Veterans Month during Pride Month, but never do anything during Veterans Month, just shows you all you need to know.
Has to be called out. And if people are aware of this, especially the politicians and the commentators, and they're not calling this out, they are part of the problem. I will say the one thing that's helpful about this moment in time is it is really exposing who you and others are, whether that be a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh, I hope you have fun with the new campaign, dude.
The truth about these Democrats.
I was working on D&D stuff earlier. I've been working on a few Call of Cthulhu one-shots I'm planning on doing. So whenever we have a week where if we have one or two players not available, I'll have some Call of Cthulhu one-shot stuff prepared so we can still play D&D with whoever's still around. Plus, I really like some of the scenarios they have in Call of Cthulhu because they're really more focused on roleplay and mystery than they are on combat, which I really like.
Now trying to frame himself as a crusader for transparency.
Like it's more focused on giving handout to players and letting them piece together clues. And I think it's a lot more engaging than having them do combat.
The votes were almost unanimous in favor of passage. At my direction, the Department of Justice has already turned over close to 50,000 pages of documents to Congress. Do not forget, the Biden administration did not turn over a single file or page related to Democrat Epstein, nor did...
Plus, I like the murder mystery stories.
So yesterday, the 30-day countdown officially began, meaning that the White House has until December 19th to release the files, just in time for Christmas. Right, and understandably, there have been a ton of reactions to this news, some of which we covered yesterday, but one, it appears to have caught Trump's attention.
Trump hasn't been this nervous about signing something since Don Jr.'s birth certificate. And the reason he refused to sign...
This is the guy Trump wants to see cancelled because he doesn't like what he has to say.
It's a waste of time. And that's the thing about Donald Trump. This is not a man who wastes time on nonsense.
We're going to have a UFC fight. Think of this on the grounds of the White House.
This is an executive order relating to the use of paper straws.
Changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to...
Still can't get over the fact that that's the very first thing he did. It's such a fucking pointless move.
How much TV time he seems to get. At 12:49 a.m. last night was a very irritated president, and he fired off a post on Truth Social saying, "Why does ABC fake news keep Jimmy Kimmel, a man with no talent and very poor television ratings, on the air? Why do the TV syndicates put up with it? Also, totally biased coverage. Get the bum off the air." Right, and that coming after he threatened ABC itself on Tuesday when one of its reporters asked him about Jeffrey Epstein.
I think the license should be taken away from ABC. because your news.
Told you, he's just like fucking Kim Jong-un. Never seen them in the same room together. I reckon they are the same person.
Who should look at that?
Right, but if you
Literally trying to censor TV programs.
out of Trump, they then tried Attorney General Pam Bondi instead. And when one asked what she'll be doing with the Epstein files over the next month, she replied,
We will continue.
Imagine a world where you don't have to say anything negative about the president on TV ever. Otherwise, he'll get your show cancelled.
Someone pointing out that back in July,
And
when
take
the
away your
released
license.
the infamous memo that provoked this whole Epstein saga, it declared that an exhaustive review of the files turned up no evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. Right, so if that is true, you weren't lying then why are they now investigating Democrats like Bill Clinton, Reid Hoffman, and Larry Summers? Right, the question is, well, what changed between then and now?
There's new information, additional information, and again, we will continue to follow the law.
And while that, it may have convinced some, you have others saying they just can't wrap their heads around all the flip-flopping from the second Trump administration. And that includes people who have been Trump diehards like Joe Rogan.
I heard there's no files. I heard it's a hoax. And then all of a sudden, he's going to release the files. Well, I thought there was no files.
Man.
He wants an investigation now.
Listen.
Like, what is going on?
I don't think Trump is in there in a criminal way. But I think he has a lot of powerful friends that have been putting pressure on him to keep that shit under wraps.
I think that definitely has to
I
be
think
the
it's going to
case.
be.
I've been reading a book recently called Nobody's God by Virginia Giuffre, who is the woman who originally came forward about Prince Andrew and Epstein. So she's the one that's kickstarted the whole thing about them and the underage trafficking situation. So I've been reading through her book, and one of the things that happens in the book, she just obviously doesn't mention Trump in it, which is why a lot of people think Trump isn't in the Epstein list. And obviously I've read I've almost finished it, but like she does mention Trump in it, but she doesn't mention that Trump was part of anything that went on. But we've now had emails from Epstein confirming that Trump spent hours with her at his mansion. And with that in mind, it generally feels like Trump probably paid her off to not mention him in any of her accounts. And I have a feeling that if these documents come out, it'll show that he's a lot more involved than he said he was.
Said there is at least one prominent thought leader on the right who's got Trump's back, even up to this point, and that is Ben Shapiro.
There is no evidence that President Trump is engaging in some sort of widespread, deep cover-up of documents that, if just released, will solve all the mysteries, that he's hiding all of this. This whole thing was political. It was always political.
With Shapiro naturally attacking Democrats over this, but he also went after some of his enemies in this ongoing MAGA civil war. Though this time not Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, or Nick Fuentes, but rather a few other big names.
Marjorie Taylor Greene was a joke and remains a joke today. The attempt to turn Marjorie Taylor Greene into some sort of honest, great intellect is like the perfect example of how strange new respect is earned simply by attacking President Trump. And the reason Thomas Massie is attacking Trump on Epstein is not because Thomas Massie is so deep in the weeds on Epstein and cares deeply about, he's right next to Ro Khanna. Come on. It's because Massie doesn't like many of the things that Trump is doing as president. Hundreds of texts over almost a year show MAGA influencer Steve Bannon and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein workshopping legal and media strategies to protect Epstein from the legal and publicity quagmire that enveloped him in the last year of his life.
So his argument is that essentially many of the people on the right that are breaking from Trump on Epstein right now, they're just cynically using the issue to position themselves as the new leaders of MAGA once Trump's gone. Now, whether that's true or not, that remains to be seen right now. But in the meantime, if it turns out there is some seriously explosive shit about Trump or his friends...
There was a twist in the South Park series, the most recent season, that turned out J.D. Vance was a villain all along, and he wants to kill Trump's baby because he's the one that should be next in line. And in the most recent episode of South Park, just has him and Trump having sex with each other.
The categories of documents that were released and withheld.
And I wonder how long South Park can get away with it before Trump's like, we need to cancel that show as well.
And so that technically would give us another deadline of January 5th to look forward to. And then, presuming that lawmakers don't feel satisfied by the White House's explanations, they can try and hold them accountable or take legal action.
I reckon if South Park started addressing Trump and Epstein and the whole underage girls thing, I think that'll be enough to get Trump to want to get it cancelled.
A big point, but it is also far from over. And then we're going to get into even more in a minute, but first let me...
I think the new season's been good, but it's been a bit slow. I think the whole Trump storyline is moving way too slowly. I know they're trying to spread it out over the entire season.
Because the system's designed to keep you hooked. Minimum payments.
And it feels like the South Park storyline is moving faster than the White House storyline is.
But enter today's sponsor, PDS Debt. The people.
But I like what they did the whole Peter Thiel and the Antichrist bit.
They've already helped hundreds of thousands of people cut their debt, stop the collection calls.
And the latest video about Sora AI was actually pretty good.
Cards, medical bills, personal loans, whatever's weighing you down, PDS Debt, they build a custom plan based on your real numbers.
I really want another South Park game.
Credit score, no.
Like the 2 South Park RPGs that Obsidian made were really fucking good. I'd love a third one.
Up and branded with the phrase Trump whore by 3 men who supposedly targeted her for being MAGA. But except that's not actually what happened. So the woman's Natalie Green. She's a New Jersey woman who formerly worked for Representative Jeff Van Drew. And on July 23rd, a friend of Green's called 911 saying that 3 men had attacked them while they were walking a trail in a New Jersey nature preserve. With his friend telling the operator that the men were going after Green specifically, saying that they knew that she worked for Van Drew and that they were yelling about politics and calling Green names. And when the police arrived, they found Green covered in cuts, her hands and feet zip tied together, and there was writing on her torso saying that Van Drew is racist, as well as the Trump whore message. Right, and when she was found, Green was reportedly crying and screaming through tears that her attackers had a gun and they threatened to shoot her. And then later on, you had Natalie saying to the cops that the men hit her in the head, held her down, used a sharp object to cut her up like that, and wrote the messages that they found on her. Except it turns out none of that is true. Right, because an investigation revealed that 2 days before this so-called attack, Green actually drove to Pennsylvania and paid an artist specializing in scarification to carve the line.
I should get the receipt for that.
Face, right? Even drawing up exactly what she was looking for. Also, investigators found the same exact zip ties used on Green in her own car, and that was also made worse by a zip ties near me Google search from 2 days before being found on her friend's phone. But really, the first thing that made this whole thing start to smell fishy was the.
I mean, this is just straight up peak white victim complex, isn't it? You have to lie about this shit to try and pretend to be the victim.
And yet they couldn't get their story straight when talking to the cops. And so now Green, she's been slapped with 1 count of conspiracy.
Imagine putting in this much effort to try and fake a crime, like an actual hate crime, and then screwing up this badly. Like they had all this time to plan it.
You know, with this being a time where
and they couldn't even get the story straight.
Being connected to politics and, you know, accusations going left and right, I say punish her as hard as you can. But also, this is just one of 3 crazy stories involving federal employees, and the next one, it takes place in Minnesota. Right, because a Homeland Security auditor got arrested as one of.
I can't believe she fucking lied about something like that.
Right, because this guy, Alexander Stephen Back, was caught in a
thing is, she's not even getting a fraction of. She's not going to get. If she lied about that, right, and she's not going to get even a fraction of the kind of hate a person of color would get for being accused of doing something like that, right? Like, if she was successful, the amount of hate that she would have caused people of color on the left or whatever, and versus the amount of hate she's going to get now for lying about it, she's going to get, like, scot-free. Like a month or 2 from now, people are going to forget she even did that. Whereas, like, if she managed to be successful and, like, named a few people, those people that she would have tried to accuse probably would have been arrested without any fucking fair trial at all.
Creep that was meant to catch suspects allegedly soliciting.
White women tears are dangerous, man.
These guys were arrested for trying to solicit sex from someone they believed to be a 17-year-old girl. And the way that the
you didn't even clear her Google search history. Use incognito mode, you fucking amateur.
Sex from someone who's been trafficked, or with the chief of police explaining, if you want to purchase sex from a trafficked person, you would call a number.
Guess she won't be making that mistake again, will she?
Get answered by a person in a different country. That person in a different country would call the handler here and arrange for the meeting with the sex worker. With them then going on to note that these kinds of structures are hard to bust, but in this case, they managed to set up a decoy, and when the men arrived at the hotel to meet who they believed to be a teenage girl, they were arrested. And as for Back, when he got caught, he reportedly tried appealing to the officers by telling them, hey, I work for the government, specifically by saying, I'm ICE, boys, which as it turns out is.
I think people who say that ICE when they're getting arrested should get doubled sentence.
2022 as an auditor for I-9s or employment eligibility verification forms that added.
Hang on, do I have NordVPN?
Alexander Back on administrative leave. And adding, ICE is working with local authorities as well as conducting its own
no, Surfshark is our sponsor.
Responsibility. And for now, you have Back facing at least 1 formal count of prostitution. He's currently out on bond, and his next court appearance is set to be December.
See, if she had used Surfshark, she would have gotten away with her fake hate crime.
Instead of talking about rank and file federal employees, we're hitting the lawmakers themselves. Right, because Florida Representative Sheila Cherfilis McCormick has been indicted on charges accusing her and 3 others of stealing $5 million in disaster funds. Right, so Sheila was first elected to Congress.
You've they're both owned by the same company.
After the former representative from her district passed away. And a key piece of information to know here is that Sheila's family owns Trinity Healthcare Services, and before joining Congress, she was the CEO. And Trinity Healthcare Services was hired by FEMA back in 2021 to register people for COVID-19 vaccinations, which, you know, is.
If only she used Surfshark.
last year when the Florida Division of Emergency Management noticed some overpayments. Specifically, they noticed more than $5 million worth of overpayment, apparently the result of a clerical error. But according to
Also, she had the zip ties in her car as well. You don't fucking bring the evidence with you, man.
And those friends and family then
That's so stupid.
her campaign for her seat in Congress. And that's in addition to Sheila herself allegedly using some of the money to self-fund the campaign. In the investigation into the whole thing, it actually dates back into the Biden administration and the state of Florida suing Trinity Healthcare Services late last year. And actually, the House Ethics Committee launched an investigation.
Like Karen final boss at that rate.
Now, this indictment, it brings things to the next level, right? If she is found guilty, she could face up to 53 years in prison. And with that, you had Attorney General Pam Bondi saying, using disaster relief funds for self-enrichment is a particularly selfish, cynical crime. No one is above the law. It's crazy. Sorry. It's crazy to hear Pam Bondi say that. She said it, so I'll read it. No one is above the law, least of all powerful people who rob taxpayers for personal gain. We will follow the facts in this case and deliver justice. But then, as far as a response to all this, you had Sheila maintaining her innocence and calling the charges against her based.
Imagine if I find out she used ChatGPT to plan the whole thing as well.
Meant to distract from far more pressing national issues. From day one, I have cooperated with every lawful request, and I will continue to do so until this matter is resolved. And then, as far as support from her party, you had House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries' spokesperson saying that while she's entitled to her day in court and the presumption of innocence, she will have to step down from her committee assignments while this is ongoing. And that is, there's the possible censure filed by Republican Florida Representative Greg Stube, who said on X,
Yeah, because in that we can actually delete the conversation afterwards.
I have ever seen. And adding, once
Assuming they're smart enough to do that.
or she is formally convicted, rest assured I will.
He probably wouldn't have been.
Congress. But for now, we'll have to see how.
Also, there's going to be an ad break in a minute. I'm going to quickly have a quick BRB and use the toilet, and I'll be back in just a moment. Be right back. Part of why immigration is good for America is because immigrants get treated poorly and don't get paid fairly, and that's why when they get taken advantage of, it benefits only America. Because if for whatever reason one day maybe immigrants can get a fair living wage, places that currently hire immigrants to do work that nobody else wants to do won't be able to afford to pay them a living wage. The only reason they hire immigrants in the first place is to take advantage of them by paying them a sub-living wage.
That the U.S. effectively kneecapped itself by removing.
No, I think it means Kim Kardashian is the octopus.
Conformity at a time of deep geopolitical turmoil, as well as noting that while it's impossible to know exactly how big of an impact these purges had, the cost, quote, was clearly enormous and played out not.
People think Superman is some kind of fucking power fantasy, like this is the strongest man in the entire world. He can beat anyone, he can do whatever he wants, no one can stop him, right? That's what they think this is supposed to be, but no, that's Homelander from The Boys. Superman isn't a great character because he can do those things. Superman is a great character that has the potential to do those things, but he chooses not to, right? He chooses not to dominate the world. He chooses not to do whatever he wants. He chooses to help people and be kind instead, right? He has the power to kill anyone he wants, and he chooses to choose mercy every single time. That's what his strength is. The strength is that he's a good person, right? He doesn't let the power go to his head. He doesn't have a big ego. He's not full of himself. He's not constantly whatever the fuck Ben Shapiro thinks he's supposed to be. He's a down-to-earth good person that believes in helping others because he's human. That's what the human experience. In fact, he says this directly in Lex Luthor's face in the movie. I bet there are people who are watching this thinking The Witcher's gone woke now. It's a woman in charge, despite the fact that she was one of the two playable characters in The Witcher 3. There's someone out there, probably fucking Asmongold of all people, who's crying about this being woke now. Oops. Did not mean to do that. I accidentally broke my own legs. I mean, I could get back up. Fine, they grow back. So, I worked at Sony for 7 years, right? And in that time, I would liaise with content creators on YouTube. So I'll look up streamers and content creators who are making videos on YouTube, and I'll specifically look for people who are making videos about our games, our products, our music. And what I would then do is I would demonetize that channel and copyright strike them. I return and let Phil continue telling us about
as well as the two
the
other
news.
play out. And in the meantime, I'd love to know your thoughts, opinions, and reactions to any of the three. But then, next up, in a different kind of news, Pornhub is now bending over backwards to try to get everyone spicy content by begging tech companies to have device-based age verification. Right? Meaning that instead of the hub having to verify a user's age to watch adult content,
Honestly, that's probably a better idea.
So, all of this, it's coming as multiple US states and the United Kingdom have started requiring age verification in order to view adult content. And the hub's parent company, Alo,
But then again, I imagine you can't use VPNs if they do that.
charge of verifying ages, and its chief legal officer saying, based on our real world
But having to fucking verify every single website is a pain in the dick.
minors online. However, we have found site-based age assurance approaches to be fundamentally flawed and counterproductive. Right? And one of the biggest flaws to having a website handle the age verification is that the data has to be stored somewhere. And unfortunately, as we've learned over the past 2 decades we've been doing the show, it means that it's now far more vulnerable. And so instead, they want someone's computer, iPhone, or whatever to handle the age verification and then confirm it through something called an API. And with that, I'm not going to get into the nerd talk. All you really need to know is that it's a way for computer languages to talk with each other and share information. And a big thing here is it doesn't look like this is a crazy thing to ask. Right? California just passed digital age assurance, and Alo's praised it for getting, quote, it almost exactly right. And that law requires that app stores operators authenticate.
What is more fun? I think Fighter is underrated. I'll be honest. I think a lot of people choose Paladin because obviously it's a charisma-based class, so having high charisma is a good stat for roleplay, but also Divine Smite does a lot of damage. But again, Action Surge and Extra Attack, genuinely, I think later on in the levels, Fighter is a lot more fun.
Saying that high-risk services
and they have some pretty good like Fighter subclasses as well.
Tools to meet their own legal and responsibility obligations. And that, as Microsoft and Apple, they don't seem.
I think people choose Paladin over Fighter purely because of the roleplay aspect of having an oath to uphold, and also the stat spread is a lot better. Usually,
as far as Apple, they similarly dodge the
because
problem.
you can use your charisma for both combat and also out of combat.
Automatically block certain
Whereas for fighters, charisma tends to be a dumb stat. But I think having low charisma can also be quite fun. Sometimes it's more fun to fail certain roles, isn't it?
The laws only hurt companies that comply. Right, so for example, they followed Louisiana's law and they saw traffic dip by 80%, but other sites, they just ignored.
I think next time I get to be a D&D player, I'm definitely going to go for Fighter myself.
And that is that VPNs have surged. Or
I've got a character in mind I want to play. I think one of my friends is going to be doing a campaign soon, whenever he gets around to it. And I want to play as a fighter character, but I want to sort of base him on Yugi Moto from Yu-Gi-Oh! And essentially, he's like a shy, nerdy kid during roleplay moments, but during combat, he becomes possessed by a more confident version of himself. I'm literally just going to play him as Yugi and Yami Yugi. Have him have 2 souls in one body. Any subclass recommendations? Good question. Are you talking about just the basic subclasses? I think things like Champion tend to be the most popular one.
And laws, but also that could be the point. Right? I mean, for example, you had Wired writing, a lot of these groups pushing for the laws are faith-based organizations, and they've made it clear that in the long run, they don't think that any adult content should be legal. So for many of them, the Hub and other platforms leaving states rather than complying.
In fact, let me look some up real quick. What are subclasses? What's Wikidot? That usually tells me what I need to know. Let's have a quick look. I think Eldritch Knight is overrated. Eldritch Knight is not really all that fun. I think some people just basically want magic, and it's in the worst way possible. They're not really all that fun. Let's have a look. I've heard Arcane Archer can be quite good. Champion and Battlemaster are both really good choices. Samurai is one I've never seen before. Well, I've never used or seen anyone else use. I guess this, if you want to play full on weave, it might be a good one. I've heard good things about Echo Knight. That's one a lot of people just tend to use on their min-maxing. And I know Arcane Archer can be underrated at times. I think Arcane Archer is better than an actual ranger, actually. I think Battlemaster is the one you probably have the most fun with out of all the basic ones.
It's a feature, not a bug. And so for now, we'll have to see if this California model of App Store.
I don't know, I think Echo Knight is the one I was considering trying. Because it sounded like a good one.
What does it look like? And of course, in the meantime, I'd love to know your opinion. But then finally today, as we're winding things down, I got two things for you. The first is an announcement / push that I think you'll like. Part 2 of my early Black Friday beautiful.
In fact, there's a video I've seen before. Hang on.
Pretty much everything we have left. Whether it's
I think it was Dungeon Dudes. They do some pretty good tier lists.
Like emotionally exhausted one day.
Or D&D shorts. He's a pretty good creator as well.
We are going to be breaking down every fighter subclass in D&D to find out which one is the best. Of course, any subclass can be great if it offers a playstyle you really enjoy.
I'm going to speed him up a little bit.
Roleplay, that's awesome, but for this list, we're only going to be looking at mechanics. I'll give my breakdown and then, of course, look at the community ranking given by the great Council of the Kraken on Patreon, who voted on the placement of every subclass and also for this video. Okay, let's go. So, Arcane Archers are all about magic arrows. Think Hawkeye, but with magic. They get this ability called Arcane Shot, where once per turn, when you fire an arrow, you can infuse it with magic. There are a bunch of different ones, and they sort of behave like Sorcerer's Meta Magic, where you choose 2 at level 3, and then you pick up more as you go through the game. They do stuff like banishing or blinding a target for a turn on a failed save, or honing in on a target so it can't miss. It's magic arrows.
Oh, you can call on Yondu with his little arrow.
Firstly, you only get to use this awesome feature that the entire subclass is based around twice per short rest, which just is not enough. Then the saving throw for these effects is based on your intelligence, and fighters usually aren't the big brain boys. A typical Arcane Archer will maybe have like a 14 in intelligence for most of the game, which means your spell save DC isn't going to be that high. That means enemies are going to be passing saving throws against your magical effects a lot. Plus, you need to give up some of your ability score.
I can't do it. If I want to pay attention to something, I play it at 1x speed.
Mandatory on a good archery build. So there isn't
if I'm skimming through something like a tier list, I'll put it at like 1.5 or 2x speed.
But it's not enough to save Arcane Archers, who, ironically, aren't the best fighter subclass to be if you want to be an archer. Maybe if you're, like, crazy rich in real life and you want to roleplay a subclass that has no resources at all, for a change, this could be pretty good. Okay, I'm exaggerating a bit. I do really like this subclass, but I'm putting them all the way down in low C tier. Yes, the Arcane Shots are badass. Yes, Curving Shot is badass, and you do get that extra ability score at level 6 to maybe pump intelligence. And the Council of the Kraken agrees. Most people went C tier. A few people went B, but B is really for fighter subclasses that have some kind of niche, and I just feel that Arcane Archers don't get enough shots to have a niche, because 90% of the time, you're just a vanilla fighter. I mean, just compare them to Battle Masters, right? So Battle Masters' whole thing is combat maneuvers. These are special moves that use a superiority dice as a resource to enhance an action. Plus, they have cool names you can scream like an anime character when you do them. Example, Feigning Attack is a maneuver where you use a bonus action to give yourself advantage on your next attack roll. And on a hit, you add your D8 superiority dice to the damage dealt. Battle Masters start off with 4 superiority dice. That is 4 maneuvers.
I think Battle Masters are really fucking good.
And you get more across the game, and your saving throw DC for these maneuvers is based on strength or dex. That means, unlike Arcane Archers, Battle Masters find it really easy to pump that saving throw to the max, because you're just increasing the stat you would anyway as a fighter. And then your superiority die increases from a D8 to a D12 across the game, making your maneuvers just better as you grow in levels. And if you want more maneuvers, you can always take the Martial Adept feat or the Superior Technique Fighting Style, giving you extra combat maneuvers and extra superiority dice. Hard S tier for these guys, and the Council of the Kraken agrees. 61% of people voting for S tier.
Yeah, that's pretty unanimous.
A couple of people put them as low as B tier, which is like, damn, I'd hate to have to try and please you in bed, but no one went lower than B. Basically, everyone agrees these guys are great. Just a quick note, though, Battle Masters are one of the more complicated fighter subclasses, so for very new players, there's a lot to kind of work your way through.
I think that's what makes them more interesting to play, though. Champion is a lot more simple, but I don't think they have the flexibility of a Battle Master.
But there is one fighter that is arguably as good or even better, but we'll get to them when we get there. Cavalier. Look, I like horses. I'll go there. I'll put that on my permanent record. I think horses are pretty cool. But I'm going to be real with you. Cavaliers, despite supposedly being all about horses, don't really have much to do with mounted combat at all. What they are really about is being the best defensive subclass. At 3rd level, you get Unwavering Mark, which lets you, every turn, force a creature within 5 feet of you to have disadvantage on all attack rolls against any creature but you. Then, if that creature does hit anyone but you, you can make a special bonus...
Like, whenever I play Baldur's Gate 3, I always have Lae'zel be a Battle Master.
You deal extra damage equal to half your fighter level. Basically, they have to deal with you, otherwise they're going to get completely wrecked. Don't I give a shout out to multiclassing Cavalier with 1 to 3 levels of Barbarian to just become the most disgustingly powerful tanky build. It's outrageous. If your dream is just to reduce every fight to a 1v1 game of slaps between you and a Frost Giant, these guys are the subclass for you. They get other great abilities to help with defending too. They get the Sentinel feat for free as a class feature, which is a great feat, stops people running away. And then they can use their reaction to add a D8 to either their own or an ally within 5 feet AC against an attack. Then there's some high level abilities like knocking enemies prone or making extra opportunity attacks. Anyway, so obviously all these abilities do help protect your mount in combat, but you don't need a mount at all for the Cavalier to be good. It's just kind of a byproduct of the abilities that they also work well mounted. If the rest of your party is squishy but dangerous, like a squad of jellyfish, Cavalier fighters will keep them alive long enough to kill things. So I'm putting them in B tier. Also, these guys divided the Council of the Kraken. Like, people went crazy ranking these guys. Lots of Ds, Bs, and As. I think people who put them in D did so because they kind of fail at what they promised.
Let's get forward a bit.
You want to do this? I just lean in and say...
Link in description.
Champion, the most popular subclass.
I could tell an adult's coming.
So, the most divisive. Let me just show you the Council of the Kraken votes here. So a relatively even spread all the way from S tier to D tier. So how does that happen? So champion fighters are the pumpkin spice latte.
I'd probably A or B.
They're actually pretty good, but honey, they are so basic.
They are. They're not very complex. They're like the barbarian. I think the character sheet is like a post-it note.
On a 19 or a 20, and from level 15 they crit on an 18 through 20. They can add half their proficiency bonus to any strength, dex, or con check that doesn't already have their proficiency bonus, and they get an extra fighting style at level 10. Then at level 18, every turn they regain about 10 hit points if they're below half hit points. And that's it. That's not
C for champion. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
This subclass does. I'm putting them in low B tier because they do have that niche as a crit fisher build. Like, combo these guys with 2 levels of barbarian, and at champion level 5 you have a 46% chance to crit every turn. At champion level
I think when you get to the later levels, I think Battle Master just have more than the champion does.
But honestly, aside from that niche, which can be fun,
Depending on how high your or how far your campaign ends up going.
Noob Cybot, the class. So Echo Knights can essentially summon a clone of themselves, allowing them to be in 2 places at once. You manifest this shadow version of you, and you can attack.
It always makes me think of Virgil and his doppelganger star in Devil May Cry 5.
It can fly because up is a direction, and you can swap places with it at the cost of 15 foot of movement. So it's essentially a kind of teleport. The big bonus is that you can make an extra attack through it on your turn, a number of times per long rest equal to your Constitution modifier. You're a fighter, right? The more attacks you get, the better.
They seem like the most interesting one.
You can send the Echo up to 1,000 feet away to scout out a location, and then teleport right there. But also, you can still attack through it while you send it off like this. So you can be cowering behind full cover 1,000 feet away like a hero, while your Echo Knight just rains down arrows on enemies. It's a really great assassination tactic, Stannis Baratheon style. Check with your DM before you do this, obviously. Just remember that your Echo does only have 1 hit point, so don't...
So 1,000 feet is a fucking crazy range.
Which lets you teleport your Echo in front of someone who's just about to get hit by an attack, and let the shadow take the attack instead. Useful emergency protection effect, especially against critical hits. So the Council of the Kraken slammed these guys right up in S tier, and honestly, I think I agree. The utility of having an extra body or 2 extra bodies at level 18...
They're the one that I might consider playing if I ever do another character and I want to go fighter.
Lock down other creatures' movements via opportunity attacks. There's loads of room for creativity, they can protect your allies, you even get temporary hit points when your Echo dies.
I was going to deal with the split personalities of the character and the Echo are 2 separate personalities.
Some spells are just incredible on fighters, right? Like Shield for extra AC, Booming Blade for extra damage, Find Familiar for just being awesome. However, Eldritch Knights do face a problem of competition. Trying to squeeze magic into a martial class is a lot harder than just trying to squeeze a little bit of melee attacks into a spellcaster class. So Hexblades, Swords Bards, Blade Singers, they've all kind of power crept Eldritch Knights since their release. Blade Singers have better AC, better damage output, and more utility, but Eldritch Knights are...
Honestly, like, I wouldn't bother going Eldritch Knight at all, because what's the point when a Hexblade Warlock does everything but better?
Is based on your intelligence. But if you take spells that don't actually use your spell save DC, like a Booming Blade or Shield, it's not really that much of a problem. Adding spells to any class pretty much just makes them better, and I, personally, kind of need a bit of magic in my D&D. Magic is just too fun and too interesting to not take on some level, so if you're like me, this is a great subclass.
I don't see the point when if you have like actual spellcasters like sorcerers and warlocks in your party, there's no reason to play an Eldritch Knight.
Psy Warriors, aka Jedi. These guys are just Jedi. They're not technically magical fighters, but in terms of flavor, that is 100% what they are. They're just a different flavor. So Psy Warriors get psionic dice to fuel their power, and they get 2 times their proficiency bonus per long rest, which is at least a little bit more than the Arcane Archer. They do some cool things like force push, force pull, force jump, or deal extra force damage on a hit. The Jedi analogy really is not subtle. Some later abilities include an immunity to psychic damage, being able to end the charmed or frightened condition on yourself, which is actually really quite good, and being able to give everyone in the party a +2 to their AC for 1 minute. So in a sense,
oh, that's really fucking good.
Masters and Eldritch Knights, but you don't get to choose your spells or your maneuvers, you just get the things that the subclass gives you. That makes them way easier for beginners because there's less decisions to worry about, but you still get some stuff to play around with tactically in combat. The downside is none of their abilities are going to radically change the course of a battle like a really well-placed spell might. It's usually smaller stuff, like a little extra damage or a big leap to get into melee range. Jedi gets a B, and the Council and I agree on this one. It's a low B, it's actually quite close to being a C in terms of votes, but I do think the Jedi flavor and the fact they're so easy to use just push them over the edge. If you want to play a Jedi, or you want to play a magic fighter without any of the complexity, these guys are the choice. Purple Dragon Knight Fighters. Okay, so
I think if you play a Jedi, you probably have more fun using a monk.
Dragon Knight Fighters, which is badass. The whole idea is kind of like being a support fighter, where they share their abilities with the rest of the group when they do them. Example, they can heal up 3 allies within 60 feet by an amount of hit points equal to their fighter level.
Is Swashbuckler not on here?
Which is actually a really... So basically, is honestly and has a little bit of charisma. There's actually a whole...
I'm pretty sure Swashbuckler is a It's a subclass, isn't it? Or is that... Oh no, it's a rogue subclass I'm thinking of, yeah. No, I got them mixed up.
That does this way better, and it's actually one of the best.
Swashbuckler Rogue is quite fun though.
So because of that, I'm giving Purple Dragon Knights a C. They're not actively awful. They're not 2004 Guns N' Roses bad. They're not D tier. But I just can't see a niche where they're not outclassed, either by a different fighter subclass or by a paladin.
Rune Knight and Summer, where do they go?
To all skill checks and say it is, and force an enemy to re-roll an attack roll against.
I just want to see where he puts them.
Big, reliable damage, and they have the Optimizer's dream ability, Fighting Spirit. Bonus action,
Oh, hang on, I skipped past it.
These guys, small support, they basically have to re-roll that dice and probably won't. Anyone gets crits, you can say, no you don't, and the enemy has to re-roll that dice and probably won't crit again. Plus, at 18th level, you can grow to huge-sized and suplex the Tarrasque, which is pretty cool. I'm putting them at a very solid A. Extra damage, extra tankiness, and some...
A tier, okay. Right, where's Samurai going? That's like the weeb class that everyone's going to want to play.
That is crazy. Insane. It basically gives you an extra turn when you fall to 0 hit points. So you just throw everything into this final last-ditch...
Going half orc and having relentless endurance and also this will be pretty fucking crazy.
But how good are they really? Because the Council of the
You'd be unkillable. You have like 3 extra lives.
We've got an even split across S, A, and B tiers. And I think it comes down to...
And in that time, you probably could get revived or healed with a healing word.
Without those feats, advantage on all attacks, it's not the biggest of deals. It's nice, but it's not crazy. But with those feats, with that extra 10 damage per hit, advantage is just insane. So good that I think they deserve a spot in low S tier. If fighters are supposed to be the most skilled warriors that are so talented they can keep up with god-level magic in terms of damage, well, Samurai is pretty much the only fighter that can reliably do that. They can actually match the damage output of a Meteor Swarm. But of course, let me know what you think.
That's a pretty... I'd say Battlemaster is definitely the best out of all the 3 like basic ones from the player handbook. Echo Knight is the one I want to play if I ever do another character. I want to be an Echo Knight fighter. Samurai is one I never heard of until now. This stuff, just one I never heard of, but that does look interesting. Green Knight also is an option, I guess.
Karl Marx has been dead for well over a century, yet Marxism lives. There must be good reasons why it has endured. Their responsibility for the misery in their lives belongs
This is PragerU out of context, Marxist edition, with an accidentally Marxist.
Exploitation, class conflict, war, and alienation. Marxism assures us that this socialist utopia is close at hand, available to all, not in some distant future or in the next life, but here and now. All we have to do is overcome one little obstacle.
Dennis Prager.
The blame belongs to capitalism. The most common interpretation of Marx's philosophy suggests that he opposed capitalism because it creates an unjust world of inequality, exploitation, and class conflict. This is true. The more money and material possessions one acquires, the more estranged one is from his true humanity. Not only is money, that is capital, inherently corrupting, but the acquisition of it can't be done honestly or fairly. The rich got rich by exploiting the worker. Only by bringing the privilege down can the underprivileged be brought up. In a remarkably short period of time,
somewhat based.
the philosophy of Karl Marx changed the course of history, from each according to his ability, to each according to his needs. According to Marx, money and the pursuit of it ruined everything. Once a person's subsistence, one's daily bread, was distributed on the basis of need rather than greed, man's natural communal affections, long suppressed by his capitalist overlords, would be renewed. Marx anticipated that many would object, especially the owners and managers that had a large stake in the capitalist system. Friendly persuasion wasn't going to get the job done. No more ego, no more self-interest. Instead, everybody working for the benefit of everybody else. Peace, love, and harmony. Who wouldn't aspire to live in such a world? The powerful exploit the weak, crushing the majority's noble aspirations, your aspirations, just so they can have more. It's unfair and unjust. Needs become demands, and demands become rights. Engraved on Karl Marx's tombstone in Highgate Cemetery in North London are the following words. The philosophers have only interpreted the world...
Oh, is this cemetery? Is he in London? I should probably go visit his grave.
The professors of law, sociology, history, women's studies, anthropology, journalism, and so on come out of...
I didn't think his grave was in London. Okay.
To see themselves not as the preservers of the dusty past, but the creators of a new and glorious future.
I can legit go take a selfie with Karl Marx on his tombstone.
That is capitalism. Create the good that is communism. Marxism leads a society to a utopian vision of pure freedom in which the individual is liberated from the...
I love how you can tell this video is being cut off every single time he's trying to oppose Marxism.
Working class, the sort of blue-collar worker. Meet Herbert Marcuse. Born in Berlin in 1898, Marcuse fled Germany at the dawn of the Nazi era. Marcuse moved to California, where he joined the University of California at San Diego. You'd think that living in a paradise like Southern California, with all the comforts and privileges of academic life, might have softened Marcuse's Marx-like hatred of capitalism. But it was not to be. If anything, the more he prospered, the more he wanted to bring the system down. College students, they would be the recruits for what he termed the Great Refusal, the repudiation and overthrow of free market capitalism. They were looking for meaning, a form of self-fulfillment that went beyond material gratification.
There are many in the West who find it difficult, unpopular, or just plain embarrassing to defend capitalism. American socialists seek a more enlightened socialism. Recently, the chief executives of some of America's largest companies changed their self-definition. They said companies should focus on customers, workers, and communities. This is just politically...
I like I can tell that they want to criticize it, but this video is just cutting them off before they do, so it just makes it look like they're supporting it.
Profits are what keep a business going and allow it to thrive. You don't need an advanced economics degree to understand this.
Democratic socialism means everyone has a seat at the table and everybody gets a slice of the pie. If a majority of people working through their elected
This is like 15 different videos cut together.
Say free college or free healthcare, then they are justified in extracting resources from those who create wealth to pay for it. Genuine popular control over government institutions is a mirage.
Is there a coup going on at the BBC, as many of its staff have suggested this week?
My answer is, of course, there is.
I'm going to put the speed back to normal.
For minor errors, while those responsible for truth are silenced, that's not accountability. That's about seeking control. And this desire for control is...
This guy's pretty good. His name is Richard J. Murphy. He does a lot of videos about economics, specifically about the UK economy and socialism. And one of the cool things he does, I think it's one of the most ethical uses of AI, is, depending on what topic he's talking about, he has a blog website as well. And on that blog, he would have an AI prompt that he uses in ChatGPT to generate a letter. You can then send it to your own, MP or politician to encourage them to then, do whatever it is he's talking about, like helping people at risk or whatever. Like, he does a lot of information about the economy, about benefits, about socialism, about helping those in need. And one of the best ways to do that is to harass your local MP with letters.
The object is simple. If no one ends up believing...
But he does a lot of really good educational videos.
Power can say anything. As Hannah Arendt, the notable historian and commentator on fascism, put it in 1973, the moment we no longer have a free press, anything can happen. A people that no longer can believe anything cannot make up its mind. And with such a people, you can then do what you please. And what she was talking about is not a theory. It's the roadmap of every authoritarian regime in history. And that is why the BBC is being targeted. The BBC, for all its faults, and let's be clear, it's got them, remains one of the most trusted media organisations on earth. Destroying that trust is the ultimate prize of those who want a world without accountability. After all, when the BBC fails, who replaces it? Private media oligarchs want to do so. They want to deliver corporate control of what we hear. They want to create partisan echo chambers. And that's the point. They want truth itself to be privatized. And who gains from this? Let's be clear, this assault on the BBC is all about money and power. When truth is unstable, the rich get richer and democracy withers. The economic and political power structure of the wealthy benefits...
I had my mum ask me what democracy is the other day, and I explained the whole concept of democracy to her.
Because when the public can't agree on facts...
Or because of a reality TV show she was watching mentioned the word democracy and she didn't know what it means. English isn't her first language.
And the consequence is obvious. Democracy corrodes. If public debate lacks shared facts, it becomes a shouting match. Reasoned argument collapses. Spectacle wins. We start to vote for those who sound strong, but not for those who sound...
Pretty much how Trump ended up winning, right?
Then inequality deepens. The wealthy already own the press. Now they want to own the platforms, the data, and the message itself.
No, I'm not going to bother with the next few videos. I'll move on to God of War in a second.
Multiplies. Ordinary
I
citizens...
think I'll pause this now. Watch this. I think I am going to move on to playing some God of War, so let me close down some of this. Let me load up the game, 1 second. No, not that one. Where are you? There you are. I almost started up Marvel Rivals by mistake because that was the last thing I was playing. I did my placement matches in ranked and I got to silver. Now I just need to get the gold rank again. I'm pretty sure you can probably roleplay as Kratos in most... I'm pretty sure most people have in D&D by doing a barbarian, because he literally is just that. He's got a rage, he does really good physical damage, he resists a lot of damage.
that alchemist what needed finding?
No, not yet.
Hey, where's your beast of burden?
What do you mean? I ate her. Fat bits of her out just a while ago.
What is wrong with you?
What? Her milk ran dry.
She was your friend.
Then she'll be happy I'm so well fed. Shit bricks, boy, you got a real sentimental streak, know that? Don't get yourself confused out there. I'm getting back to it.
I like how that's what we saw him eating when we met him earlier.
Be careful out there, you two. The roads are teeming with more than usual complement of dead assholes lately.
We've noticed. Any idea where they're coming from?
Maybe they ran out of rooms in hell. Or could be Odin stirring up trouble again. Or maybe they all got lost. Why don't you ask one while he's chewing your face off?
We'll just be careful.
Thought so.
Right. Let's just head back to where we were going. He's got some great lines of dialogue.
Boy, what is the path back to the witch?
First, we need to find a boat.
Do you remember the way back to the witch from here?
That way, behind the big statue of Thor.
There's a big statue of Thor right there.
Want to try another story? It can't be any worse than the last one.
Very well. There was a
I do like his stories.
His pond had dried up, so the frog and his son left to find a new home. They found a well. The son saw the water and made to jump in, but the father stopped him. He saw the well was deep, and once inside, they would not be able to escape if the water dried up again. Wisely, they moved on.
That's it?
Yes.
That's really not a story. If the son jumped in, it would be a story.
Then he would be trapped and starve while the father watched helplessly.
I love how matter of fact he is. There's a Japanese saying when you want to tell someone that they're stupid, and it's about being a frog trapped in a well convinced he's in the ocean. I can't remember the exact phrase in Japanese, but that's basically what it translates to. And it's basically telling someone, hey, you don't understand as much as you think you do.
The water dropped.
When the serpent rose. Right. I knew that. I know she's really powerful, but you really think the witch can bring a head back to life?
She seems competent in her craft, and we have nothing to lose.
If she can't bring it back to life, can we keep the head?
No, but you may feed it to the fish.
Okay.
I don't know how Mimir would feel about that. Oh. Spooky motherfucker. Oh, there's more than one of them, okay.
Tell me when.
Come on, stop blocking, let me block you. Who needs to put his shield down? Come on, I'll get over it. shit. Okay, I should have been paying attention to that one. If I was way too careless, I should not be taking that many hits. I should probably deal with the Revenant first as well. Those guys with shields weren't really doing anything to me. If I stay too far away from them, they can't really do anything. Let's try that again. There you are, you're the one I want to deal with first. Where's she going? That wasn't fair, I got stuck in a corner. I couldn't even see where I was hitting. I'm not wasting the crystal on this. Especially for an option encounter I don't even have to do. I'm just doing it because I'm stubborn and I want to do it. Like, I could ignore this one. There's probably stuff there I want, so we're doing it. Revenant down. Oh shit, there's two of them here. I want to deal with you. Like that. Okay.
I'm not ready.
They explode. I gotta watch out for that.
You don't look so great.
Chill out, there's a health pistol here I can use. Oh, I see what this is for. Okay. There's a Norn chest. I love the way he trips them up. It's always so funny to me. Okay, what am I doing here?
I bet this'll lead out. Hey, this does more than decipher those Muspelheim runes. It also
Now read the language most of the time. Okay.
Should we go visit the fire realm?
1 out of 3 seals destroyed. Where's the other 2? Are they going to be above?
Turn back Aesir. Guess the gods aren't welcome here.
Where are we?
There he is. I hope he remembers us.
Hang on, there's a Norn chest somewhere. Is it down below still, or did I just miss it?
Here. Boy.
This is good to know.
I'll be the judge of that. Hail Frigg, generous Frigg, who gave the world her brightest light, young Balder, gleaming god, pride of the Aesir, Odin's son, and heir to Asgard, long may she protect him. Long may he protect us. Hail Balder the Golden, hail Frigg, beloved of all, hail Odin, All-Father. Seems like nobody who counted on the Aesir is still around. No, hang on, I'm gonna quickly go back, I think. Let me quickly check that I haven't missed anything. Because I broke one seal and there's 2 more left. And I don't think they're going to be up there, so I think they might be down here still. Let me have a look around.
I bet this'll lead out.
I bet it would, but first of all...
Atreus, follow me.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Well, I've already checked this area. I can't go that way yet. Where are you? I can't shoot it from over there. I'm going to move on forward more. And hope he follows. There's seal number 2. Ah, there's the chest. Okay. What can I use this sap on? Okay, there's a door that I can't open yet. Oh, there we go, number 3.
It's magically locked.
Look here.
Another map. Great.
Where the leaves are red and the moss is green, I buried my treasure where the tortoise doth dream. Under the tortoise. Okay. I find that spot. It's probably not even that far from here. I'm not a fan of these things. There's 2 of them. Better have.
Hey,
there's a chest there.
See another one of those bowls of sand up there that I drew the runes into? Not sure how we reach it.
I think we'll come back here later. I think that's his way of saying you need some more skills first.
Father, look up there.
Boy, over here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, maybe I can. I think I need to move him across on this, don't I? Oh no, I can't get there yet. Okay. In that case, I'll come back here later. Let me go open the other chest, though. Look up where. What am I looking at, boy? I've already saw those ruins. Are there more somewhere else? No, I think we come back here later. Let me open this first. I went through all that trouble. I might as well get what's in it. I collected 1 out of 3. Can I use a sap on that? Hang on. I'll grab some of this. I throw that there. Okay, that works. How do I get there now? I imagine it must be something underneath. There we go. There we go.
Oh, very smart.
I think that's all the stuff we can get here for now. I'll be back here again later once I've gotten more skills. Alright, let's climb back out of here now. Yeah, there should be some treasure around here.
How's it going, Charlie? Is your witch friend here?
What is that name?
That's what he told me it was. Or what it sounded like in my head anyway. Charlie.
He called it Charlie. It should be around here, right? Red leaves near its head. These guys aren't too bad. He clipped into a tree so I couldn't see. Oh shit, this one might be bad. Oh, hang on, I missed this last time. Oh shit, there's another guy left. I thought I got all of them. It's so satisfying, honestly.
We are done here. What does it say?
Yes, sir. Death to the Raven God, Lord of the Hang.
Pretty sure that's a reference to Odin. I love the way this game sets up Odin as the villain for the next one. Oh, we got more of them. Oh, no. I'm not using the stone on this. You caught me off guard. Oh, there's two of them as well. Okay. There's supposed to be treasure here. Hang on. Where would it be stated? That's resources. Where the leaves are red, the moss is green. I buried my treasure with the tortoise doth dream. Moss green, leaves red, which is here.
Read it.
Sir. Say their neat things upon all who trespass.
Pretty sure this is where it should be. Leaves are red, moss green. It should be here. Ah, is this it? I'm also seeing this. 3 symbols. I think I'm supposed to come back here when I have a spell later. I think I got a spell that rewinds time I can use to find this. Oh no, hang on, there's a sand bowl here. Can I not get him to use that? No, I think I do come back here later. Right, I do want to kill those things though earlier on. Just so I need to show them who's boss. Motherfucker. It's his friend that got me.
On my way!
Chill out, Atreus. We got this. We'll get him next time. There's a chest I've not opened there as well. I can't be leaving that behind.
Can you read it?
Sir. Death to the Raven God, Lord of the Hang.
What's the next objective? I need to revive the head.
Yes, sir.
By going to the witch who lives inside the turtle.
Say their neat things upon all who trespass.
But I'm doing all the optional stuff outside before I go inside and trigger the cutscene. So he's cut off the head of Mimir, who's the wisest man in all 9 realms. Free him from Odin. When they both hit me.
I'm coming to
Yes, I need to revive the head, but before I go inside, I want to do all the optional stuff so I'm not missing anything. You know how it is in a game when you know when the next cutscene's going to happen, so you go in every other direction first before you trigger the cutscene.
What does it say?
Sir. Death to the Raven.
But I can see it from here. It's just when I activate that door over there.
Can you read it?
Yes, sir.
Right there. The second I go inside there, it's going to trigger a cutscene.
Say their neat things upon all who trespass.
And there's a chest up here I've not opened yet. I was getting ready to parry that, but my son came in and grabbed him. Hang on, I might as well use the skill. I'm not going to use it on anything else. There we go. Alright. This better have been worth it. No, hang on. Why is it locked? Can I not open it yet? No, I can see the runes.
I know those runes. That's Vinder. Wind. Must be for that sand bowl down there.
Okay, I know what to do for that now. Oh, hang on. One of Odin's ravens. Oh, I see what I need to do. It's up there. But I can't move it yet. Maybe I can. Can I see what it says on there? No. Okay, I can't solve this puzzle yet, but I know when I can. It's a tricky one. I can't move the other one. Alright, we'll come back here later.
Atreus, to me.
Okay, I'm coming.
What does it say?
Falcon, hawk, and turtle dove swim aloft in oceans above. Ah, wind. Vineyard.
There we go. What does this do? Summon a spectral elk that discharges destructive energy as it walks. Oh, that's for you. That does magic damage. Oh, it's a slow one. Now I'm gonna go back to the wolf. Let's upgrade it as well. Right trigger. We'll take this. And we'll give him this. Alright, I think I'm ready to continue with the main quest. Although I know there's another treasure here I've not found yet. Red leaves, it should be here, but I'm not sure how to do it. The clue leads me here, but I guess I'll leave it for now. Let's just go inside.
Father, she is here. It is so good to see you again. I knew you weren't dead.
Hello.
Oh, can you bring a head back to life?
I'm not sure I understand what... Wait. Where did you get those? The arrows. Give them to me, now.
They were a gift.
Do as she says, boy.
These arrows are dangerous. They're wicked. You find any more, you destroy them, understand? Do you understand? Say it!
I understand. If I see them, I'll destroy them.
It's all I ask. Forgive me. Please, take my arrows in their place. I have no need for them anymore.
At least she gave him some better arrows.
Now, what's this?
I'd be so annoyed if I found out he had got some more arrows from somewhere else.
Do you have any idea who this is? Did you kill him?
At his request. He claimed you could revive him.
Me? Are you sure you heard him right?
Please?
Take him to the table. Hamlet. It's been a long...
Do you know much about Norse mythology?
Hold him there. Let's have a look.
So his previous arrows were made out of mistletoe.
Thankfully, his head hasn't decayed much and his brain is still intact. Nice clean cut. Cutting off his head of all people. I sure hope you know what you're doing. Now, hold his head under the
Just
water.
putting bugs in him.
Let go. I mean it.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's fair. I won't ruin too much of it, but if anyone who knows Norse mythology, it basically hints towards what the end of the game is going to be. If anyone knows the prophecy of Ragnarok.
It worked!
Let me see him. Mimir? You there?
Yes.
Good.
Oh.
He's found his face.
It's been a long time. You look well.
What I did for them. As far as I'm concerned, death suits you better.
I'd bow if I could, Your Majesty. Forgive me. Had I known the witch in the woods was Freya herself, I never would have suggested this.
Freya? The goddess Freya?
You didn't know either? Sorry.
When word gets out that Mimir is free, the wrath of Odin won't be far behind.
You are God.
Leader of the Vanir, once, yes. But no longer.
You did not think it important to tell me.
Are you really going to lecture me about that?
We are leaving, boy.
But...
Now.
He's not a big fan of gods, considering he's killed every single god he's met.
You're welcome.
Oh, he mad. Slams doors behind him, mad.
We cannot trust her.
Because she's a god?
Have I taught you nothing, boy?
But she's helped us a lot.
She lied.
Some people value their privacy. Best not to judge, brother.
When I require your counsel, head, I will ask.
Fair enough. Get me to Tyr's temple in the Lake of the Nine, and I'll get you to Jotunheim as promised.
We know the temple. What's there?
Only the last living giant in Midgard. Better to tell us the way.
The world serpent? Wait, do you know how to talk to him?
Indeed. Speaks an obscure tongue more ancient even than these mountains. None are left in Midgard who speak it. Except, of course, for me.
You do?
It's true. You wouldn't know it to look at him, but Jormungandr is a sparkling conversationalist.
I really like the chemistry Mimir has with Kratos and Atreus.
So, Mimir, why did Freya spit in your face?
No. Speak of Baldur. He claims nothing harms him.
Aye, Baldur is blessed with invulnerability to all threats, physical or magical.
Boasting of a god. Everyone has a weakness.
Not him, I'm afraid. Baldur is blessed with invulnerability to all threats, physical or magical.
You just said that, Mimir.
Did I?
What is the source of this power?
Well, as I recall, it involved, a spell?
Mimir?
Parts of my brain must still be coming back to life.
More like the spell preventing him from talking about it. This is the first sign that there's an enchantment on him. Nah, he's just a head now. He's just a talking head. But you can see signs of the spell on him to stop him from talking about Boulder and his weakness. This one, I got the most useful part of him out of it. We don't really need his body. The way he just carries him around on his back as well, like that.
Ed, how do we speak to the serpent?
There's a horn on a platform at the middle point of the bridge. Take me to it.
Finally, that horn.
Good.
I wonder how he's doing that without a pair of lungs. He's a Spartan. He's very direct and matter of fact. Like a lot of Spartan quotes from history are just very much that sort of direct.
Why is he doing that?
And blunt.
Had that statue made in honor of Thor. And seeing as the world serpent absolutely abhors the fat dauber, he was probably sick of looking at it.
But doesn't that hurt?
Well, he and Thor have a bit of an unpleasant history between them. Or they will, anyway. So I guess waking up to see it was worse than the thought of lumps of solid stone passing through his gullet. You want me to ask him?
No. Our only concern is Jotunheim.
If you do a New Game Plus, there's subtitles for when he's talking as well. You can understand what he's saying.
I've still got it, lads. He remembers me. Why you... Oh, no, that's not right. Mokuno Huntun Kun. Eko no Thuno Vunora.
The man is speaking in dubstep.
He knows the pain of your loss. He will help you.
Almost.
What is it?
But he corrected himself.
What is he doing?
Making sure we're headed in the right direction. Listen closely now. We need two things to get us into the land of the giants. First, we need to learn the travel rune that opens realm travel to Jotunheim. Second, we need to carve that rune into the special gateway.
That one on the peak where we first met you?
Correct. Except the giants, in their infinite wisdom, saw to it that no ordinary chisel would do the job. Only the tip of a magical chisel opens that gate. Luckily, I know where it is, and it's not far.
You looked kind of mad for a moment there.
Now that, you thought I said you were friends of Odin. You'll forgive me. I've never spoken the ancient tongue sober.
Yeah, it's the world serpent. That's Jormungandr.
Wait, look! The water's dropped even further. You can see more of the realm towers and statues. I
Like the way that the world opens up by having the water level go down.
Find me a boat, and we'll go from there.
Alright, hop in the boat. So in Ragnarok, Jormungandr is going to be the one that kills Thor, or that's what he's prophesied to be.
I can read what this says now. But it's a name.
It's the name of one of the Valkyries. That's quite curious.
That is quite curious.
So when we get to the boat, we can either look for that special chisel now, or go exploring for a little while.
I might go exploring. I need to do a side quest for Brock now, I think. Oh. I do not like you.
Your son needs your brother.
There we go. Oh, there's more of them. I like that Mimir also helps you by telling you when there's an enemy behind you. Oh, there's a bigger one.
I think I'm getting better at this.
There's a boat there.
Look here.
Yes, sir. Another map.
Oh, what did iRobot delete there? The urge to just jump off. I think that might have been seen as a hint to self-harm or suicide. That's why I think he deleted the message. I know. You gotta say in a video game. No, but that's what Assassin's Creed games are for, right? You climb to the highest building you can and you jump off. Oh, it's Sindri.
I have a favor to ask. Just a small favor, really. Do you remember the dagger you gave me?
The dagger stabbed into the Reaver's back? His own son killed him? Yeah, I haven't forgotten that one.
Well, I traced it to a group of Reavers that operate out of the Northry stronghold. I'd wager that's where they took their haul from Fafnir's storeroom, along with that whetstone that I could use to help you. What speaks to you?
Oh.
Treasure hunt. Pointless.
Well,
I need to go to
really can make us better equipped.
Muspelheim for these, don't I?
Plus, the Reaver's son. He murdered his father.
I might have to make a trip to Muspelheim then to get this stuff. Oh, I don't need any of these at the moment.
I suppose you prefer my brother's work? You're wrong.
Maybe I do. I'm just getting sidetracked and exploring all these places before I continue because I don't want to miss anything. Grab this. Anything here I can get? No? Okay. I'm supposed to have jumped into that boat by now and gone sailing elsewhere, but I want to see where this leads. Sometimes you just gotta run off in a random direction. See where it takes you. Hidden area. Council of the Valkyries. Okay, before I continue on this way, let me just check what's in the other direction. Is this just a dead end? Oh, okay, it is. This is just a quick way back down. Okay. Got myself a shortcut. I know, if the game wants me to explore, I'm going to explore. I don't want to miss anything. Alright, let's have a look at this Council of the Valkyries. This looks like a boss fight arena.
What is this place?
Ah, could it be? The Eight Thrones.
Stop being coy, Ed. Do you know this place or not?
Mimir, the smartest man alive. I know many things.
Well, whatever this place is, it looks important.
To who? There is little of value here.
Yeah, I think I need to come back here later. I think this is probably where I fight the Valkyries. Oh, I can't go there yet. Okay, I'll come back here later. Oh, look, it's Jormungandr. I love the way you can see him from different parts of the map, because he's just so big. Alright, let's actually get in the boat now.
Please take utmost care while handling it. It is a priceless relic, after all.
Every time I see Atreus jump on Kratos' back, I'm just reminded of that one line from Twilight, where it's like, "Hold on tight, spider monkey." But it's such an awkward line.
Which way to the chisel?
Keep rowing towards the statues of the oarsmen, then thread past between them.
Yggdrasil's Dew of Strength. Okay.
Mimir, you never did tell me why Freya spit in your face.
Well, she blames me in large measure for her present circumstances, and not totally without reason. It all goes back to the long war between the Aesir and Vanir. Prior to
Could go that way, I think.
wars for the Aesir were easily won, but the Vanir had proved their equal and exacted devastating damage. Both sides suffered
I'm
tremendous.
gonna wait for him to finish his story before I land.
Quite frankly, war was simply no fun anymore, but a rather senseless waste of precious life. Wouldn't you agree, brother?
He says because he knows Kratos is the god of war, I think. Oh no, he doesn't know it yet. Can I go this way yet, or do I need to come back here later? I'm seeing stuff here I don't think I can do yet. Oh, hang on. No, I can. I can fight this optional boss. Is it just the one? No, he's got... Oh, fuck. Okay, maybe not. No. They'll kill me in one hit, and also I don't have the weapon to fight them yet. Okay, we're coming back here later. Because later on in the game, you'll get a fire weapon. And these are ice enemies, so my axe isn't going to hurt them. What I will do, I'm going to do the side quest I was going to do for Brock. If I look at my map, where is it? Gateway, that's not what I'm after. That's not the one I'm after either. I want to do that one. So where is it? Oh, it is there. Okay, secondhand soul. Let me go do that side quest so I don't forget about it. Or at least land there. I know where the main quest is. I can leave it for a bit. I want to take my time and do everything else first. I might even go to Muspelheim at some point and do some side quests there.
What were you saying about the Long War?
Enough was enough. And at last, Odin's most brilliant advisor became determined to find a more enlightened path. He set about to broker a peace between the gods. Took some convincing, but ultimately Odin was persuaded to marry his deadliest enemy, a certain Vanir goddess, legendary not only for her fertile beauty, but her genius at the very Vanir magic that Odin had long aspired to master.
Freya married Odin? What was in it for her?
It was a sacrifice to protect her people, a selfless act of love. Truly, she deserves better than she got. But of course, there's more to that story.
I'm being polite and letting him finish his story before I land. I don't want to interrupt him again. One of Odin's it is. Fuck you, Odin. Or lead the shot. There we go.
Come, boy.
I like that he lets him go first. What happens if you don't get... They're just optional collectible stuff. So Odin sends his crows to spy on you. Basically. And you just kill them to say fuck you. Essentially. They don't really do anything if you leave them. Through the path lies the mines of Volander. The great endeavor was made possible by Andvari, the alchemist, son of Ivaldi, through which ingenuity, the very stone and bedrock was turned from obstacle to mighty tools of industry. The dwarven miner's greatest fear has always been running afoul of the ancients. But through Andvari's genius, there are now no more than tools in our righteous undertaking. A new age for dwarves dawn here. No mere miners, but masters of iron. His great craft is the future. I'm guessing there's an ancient boss fight coming up then. It looks like the dwarves learned how to control them. Oh, there he is. Speak of the devil.
Alchemist for something I'm stewing up for you. If when you're smart, you'll find him.
We're on it.
Can you read it?
Sir. These runes read death inside.
Don't open dead inside.
Let's
Can I upgrade anything? Talon bow.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, go on. Let's treat the boy to a nicer bow.
Got something else in mind?
You can feel it. There's definitely something happening in the next room.
Make you something? You again.
Calories. Still not enough. Okay, we'll get him some nice clothes later.
So, Brock said his friend was dwarven like him, wearing a green ring.
Look if you wish. I will be gathering resources for our journey.
You don't want to help him? Why not?
Because I do not run errands for dwarves.
Oh. Dwarven, but no ring. One of his crew?
Scorch marks along the floor and wall.
Weird. I guess we keep looking.
We?
I mean, I'll keep looking.
Kratos just does not give a fuck. Ah, there we go.
If that kills us, that's it. No Valhalla, no hell, no afterlife, ever.
It does not attack.
Okay, that means I'll attack.
Mom made them sound more dangerous than that.
Then do not drop your guard. Come.
Alright, boss fight coming up. The way he was so chill with stopping him from running in. Just casually raises the axe.
Hey, I thought you didn't care.
I noticed the lack of ring while looting the body.
You don't look too good.
These things regenerate. It's not good. I'm not using the stone for this.
I'm coming to you.
There's only 3 of them left. I feel like I can do this. Stop this thing. But when he possesses them, it makes them regenerate their health, which is not something I want them to do.
I think you got him.
Okay, what did I miss?
You did well.
Oh, I was giving a little evaluation report afterwards. Can I send him up there? No. Okay. Lift this up. I hear you. They usually come in pairs. Love the way they skedaddle away from you as well. I think it's just so funny, the little animation they do when they run. It looks like it's being sped up. Oh, the stuff down there I want.
Boy.
Yes, sir.
I can hear the Raven. See a puzzle there as well. The troll who killed my kin is slain, but the battle has taken its toll. I buried what I have left near his corpse. Ingrid and I used to frequent the beach to watch the sunrise over the temple. I can hear it. Where is it? One seal down. Another one. Where's the third one? Oh, hang on. No, it's not there. Not over there. I see it from here. I have a feeling it might have been underneath. Oh, hang on, the stuff that I've not gotten. Hang on, I see what I need to do. Okay, let's head back over there. I'll pick this up. Can I see it from here? I figured it might have been underneath or something, but no, it doesn't seem to be. Okay. Not here. There it is. Or I can't send it. Oh, hang on, I can just lift it.
The ring! On that severed hand! Attached to the Soul Eater. Well, we know what happened to Invari now. We can just go tell Brock. No need to fight it, right?
No, we're gonna fight it.
But why?
Because you are frightened of it.
No worries, dude. I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a good campaign. Have fun. That did not go very well.
Coming!
I think Kratos wants to fight that thing purely because Atreus is afraid of it. Like, we're going to conquer that fear. Hard to play when I've been snapped out of existence. Oh shit. I need to deal with the thing throwing lava at me. I'm saving that stone for the Soul Eater boss fight though. I'll probably need it for that. There we go, got him.
Okay, that was hard.
Do I need to go back to fight him? I think I do. Anyway, I've opened the path as well. I might as well go see what's over there. No, it's not one of Odin's. Okay.
Be strong, Atreus. Stay focused and look for a weak point.
Yes, sir.
Ah, here we go. Okay. Can I just go open that chest without biting it?
Stay quiet. Make no sudden movement.
Let me grab this first and then I'll fight you. Fury the Ice Troll. Oh, it's just a big shockwave. Okay. I'm sticking with the one I've already got. Or can I not deflect that?
You're gonna be alright.
One. Already knocked off half of his health bar. These things aren't too bad when you know what they're doing. No, I can't. I wish I could just Uno reverse its projectiles. It would have made things a lot easier if I could. No, I can take it. It won't take even that. It doesn't hit that many hits either.
And look for a weak point.
Yes, sir.
Stay quiet. Make no sudden movement.
20 summons his friends. Oh, that's a little tricky. Nice of him to drop some health pistols, though. I appreciate it. I think I got him. I'm gonna rage. Just to finish him off, but also because I need the health.
Leave it. You are stronger than you know.
Thank you, Father. See if that's the alchemist ring. Hey, yes!
What have we got? Fire sigil projection. Increase resistance to burn damage. Might need that in Muspelheim, who knows?
Green ring. Dwarvish inscription.
The alchemist. But where's the rest of him?
Ashes, most likely.
The Soul Eater got him. I guess we should bring this back to Brock.
I mean, we don't really need the rest of them, do we?
Read it.
Yes, sir. These runes were written fast. It spells out Ejim Stain.
So message from Anvari, what does it mean? Looks like something about the ring was found on his hand. Let's ask Brock.
I don't know that one.
We will ask the blue one.
So now you're interested?
We found his alchemist. A reward was promised.
shit. He almost got me. I did that without taking a single hit as well. Hashtag no hit run. How did he parry that? That's bullshit. Just because he has a shield.
Have you considered a tactical retreat?
There we go. Being able to parry projectiles is like one of the skills I think you should have had from the very beginning. So many enemies I could have beaten at the very start, I was struggling with, because they were just projectile spamming me. I think the hardest part of the game is the very first few levels when you don't have basic skills like that.
What'd you find?
Your alchemist.
I'm sorry, Brock. The hand is all we could find. Still wearing the ring. There was a soul eater inside, and well, he must have burned away the rest of him.
Suppose you'll still be wanting some compensation, huh?
Naturally.
Naturally, he says. Miani Feruxi.
That sounds like a bad word. Very low perk activation chance to grant protective barrier, preventing damage from enemy attacks on successful axe hits. Very low. I prefer this one, the health burst one. I might go with this one.
Magic inside for he croaked.
Dwarves can do that?
Sure, dwarves and magic jewels is like flies and pig lips. Supple ones.
Ugh. I'm not as interested as I thought.
Oh, there.
What do you want, dwarf?
I got another lead on my old pal Andvari. Meet me at the Lawn Soother Mines. There's some fancy-dancy loot in it for you.
I do love fancy-dancy loot. It's the best kind.
Found his hand anyways.
I'll explain at the mines. These ones is just south of the river pass. Now you two want something, or you just gonna stand there all gag-scrapped and slack-jawed? Now you're talking. Pulled the ring off Andvari's hand at the Velander mines. Feller was always tampering with souls and dark rituals and matters of the night, see?
I could upgrade that.
Just the sound of his hammer flattening metal were enough to stoke my fires all blissful. Shit, you better clear out before I get all frisky. See ya then, freak. And don't be letting that spit-fister of a brother of mine lay hands on it again. What you need, kid? What more you need?
I didn't even use the resurrection stone in the end.
At least we got that taken care of. And for Junior? What next? Now what else do I want to tell you?
Hang on, was there a fast travel door here? No, it was just outside. I might try doing some Muspelheim stuff. Might even do it off stream just so I don't have to like spend too much time grinding on stream. But I remember the equipment being quite good.
Boy.
No, I think I will.
Well, you gentlemen certainly know how to get around. Why don't you tell me how all this began with Balder?
He just knocked on our door.
Balder of Asgard just knocked on your door.
Yeah, he just showed up and started a fight. He said he wanted to know something. He said, I know what you are.
Oh, well, we'll circle back to that later. What exactly did he want to know?
I was on it before by then.
He said I already knew what he wanted. Perhaps he mistook me for another.
He did.
That's quite interesting.
Oh, what's this? Lore added. Ymir's helping us figure out why Balder of the Aesir came to our door. I know what you are. I know what you want. You know what I want. Who does he think we are? He's after the Jotnar to lift his curse.
What's got you all bumfuzzled over there? Get going!
Oh, almost forgot. Brock, this is our new friend Mimir.
We've met.
Oh, why didn't you say so?
He knows why. I know why. You know why.
Quiet. No more of this.
How come Mimir has beef with literally everyone?
Can't you and Sindri just patch things up? Whatever happened couldn't be all that bad. You're family.
Now don't be lecturing me about family. I ain't the one what forgot what our name stood for. What we made, the weapons we made were legendary across 9 realms for more years than I can count. You just don't throw that away on account of one bad...
One bad what?
You one bad nothing. Ain't you got somewhere to be?
Brock, what do you know about the serpent in the lake?
I know he's too damn big.
Alright.
Well, we'll leave him to it. Muspelheim, let's go.
Those 2 men with dogs. Are they really the sons of Thor?
Aye, Magni and Modi. 2 bigger twits you won't likely find in the halls of Asgard. They'll do anything their uncle puts them up to.
They are fools.
Well, dangerous fools, to be sure. When they work together, they're formidable. But too often it's a petty competition. Terribly strong, even as children. I remember the time Hrungnir the Brawler fell upon Thor.
Another time, Ed.
Aw.
Oh, I cut him off. I love the way it blends sci-fi with fantasy in this. It's such a unique take on the world tree. Probably the most creative version of the Norse mythology in any media, to be honest. We've got Brock here as well.
You must like the heat, Brock.
Heat's damned useful in my line of work. Even makes space itself more pliable. Take those magic doors you love so much. Round here they all go right to one another. No prodding from old Brock. Go up yonder and wake some up, you'll see. Getting around moose pools a cinch. As long as you don't end up cooked.
Muspelheim is not really much of a realm to explore. It's literally just like a series of trials. Like combat encounters.
Ash. It only falls like that for great fires.
The whole realm is a great fire, the source of fire itself, and all the sun and stars, if legend is to be believed.
Should we believe? I mean, we're here, and we're not on fire.
Not yet.
Well, you know, I suppose it's cooled considerably since the dawn of creation, hasn't it? Niflheim isn't exactly ice these days either. It's in the nature of things. Extremes are tempered by time. Fires burn colder, men grow old and grey, heads are chopped off and attached to belts. Such is life.
Okay, Mimir.
Got weirdly personal for a moment there. I do like the aesthetics of Muspelheim.
Look here. Another.
This one's called Surtur. Must be a fire giant.
Aye, the first and original.
He makes a flaming sword.
A weapon of legend.
He fights Thor and Odin. But is that the past or the future?
That may be a matter of perspective.
Listen, I hear a voice.
Another elf?
I don't think so. It's coming from up there.
Oh, what could this be? Smoldering Ember, that's what I need to craft the Muspelheim armor and stuff. This is basically as far as it goes, so this is the end of the realm.
It's just around this corner.
And you basically just do loads of combat encounters here.
It's a great big sword. It wants to know if we're ready to train.
That is all I'll ever be. Press A to accept, reject the call, Y to warm. We're gonna accept. Let's go in, don't bother warming up. Before time runs out, okay.
Prepare yourself, boy.
Yes, sir.
15 enemies remaining. Behind me. We've got plenty of time, I think, on this one. This is the first challenge, so shouldn't surprise me. This guy's got ADHD, he's wasting my time. I've got 1 minute left, I can do this. 40 seconds to kill 6 enemies. Okay. That one dude that took too much time. Okay, 4 more. We're out of time.
It stopped. We failed?
There is no failure in training. We can surpass it with practice.
Sure. Or we could come back with better weapons and armor.
I might need to. It might take me too long. But what I'll do, I think I'm going to wrap up my stream here. Let me save it. Oh, hang on, skills. Let me upgrade all my skills and then wrap it up. Hang on. What have we got? Light arrows, shock arrows. Increase all of those. Arrow damage, melee damage, yeah. Give him everything. No, we're good. Hang on, actually. Axe kills grants a health burst, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna save it here. And then I might look for someone to raid out to. There we go. I know I'm streaming late today. Later than I normally would. I'll probably stream again tomorrow. I probably will be streaming earlier if I can. I don't think we have much planned, so we should be good for that. Maybe even longer if I can. Let's chat. Thank you, of course, everyone who tuned in today. I really appreciate it, even though I'm streaming a lot later than I normally would. I'm going to see if there's anyone I can raid out to. See if there is anyone at this time. Let's have a look who is still going. And if I like them enough to want to raid out to them. Got a lot of options. Okay, maybe. They've only just gone live, so I can give it to them, but they're still on the starting soon screen. Let me have a look if there's anyone else before I decide on that. Or actually, hang on, how long have you been live? Okay, one of my friends who raids me, often I never get to raid, is doing a long-ass stream at the moment. I'm gonna raid you out to Kitties, they are a lovely person. They've been live for 8 hours, which is insane. So I'm hoping they're gonna go for a bit longer. They're playing a game called Egging On, wherever that is. It looks like she's one of those, it's a game where she's literally playing as an egg, okay. I hope you enjoy watching Kitties, they are a lovely person. And I will see you tomorrow, most likely, for more God of War. Copy that myself and get it ready. But I hope you enjoy watching them play. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your night. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Sayonara.